Comrade Show, wait, Comrade Lante Oriaki, like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show.
Yes, my people. Oh, yes, man. Please, yes, there's a comrade show. Please, I'm glad to welcome you to this session. Let's share this broadcast, please. Let's get some numbers together. Oh, yes, man. So. My papa advised me like I do politics in honesty. No matter the pressure, I must stick to my integrity. Always cut my coat according to my size. I know they promise anything where my power no reach. My yes is my yes. My no is my no. I know they make it younger. I'm a single man by nature. Yes, my people. Yes. Please share the broadcast. Let's get some numbers together, man. Yes, all the time, man. Well, don't worry, this music, I know they put on for audio for our enjoyment. Yes, my people, greetings to you all. This is the Comrade Show. My name is Comrade Lamte Ikmamusa Oriahi. Yes, we are back again. Of course, as part of the continuation of the gospel. And like you already know, this is one gospel that we are going to keep pace with until the day after the election result of 2023 is declared. We are not definitely going to slow down because we must keep the pace, we must keep the pressure. Okay, there's a different dimension I want to look at today with this broadcast. And if you look at how I've titled this broadcast, from Buhari to Peter Obi, a dying nation clinging to hope, plus INEC PVC concerns. Yes. I titled this broadcast because the truth is, today the entire nation, majority of the youths of this nation, everybody is very much fixated on the issue of Peter Obi. Everybody is engroused with it. Everybody is embracing it. And to very many people, it is increasingly looking like, apart from the fact that, yes, we are making the case for Peter Obi, it's increasingly looking like some sort of a coping mechanism for many of us, myself inclusive. Coping mechanism in the sense that the Peter Obi movement right now, appear to be clouding so many other things happening in this country. The issue of insecurity is top right now. So many things are happening, but while they happen, somehow Nigerians are consoled, with hope that maybe after the election of Peter Gregory Obi, things will start changing, and all of that. So while we hear and we see evil happening, we see that if the federal government of Nigeria, led by Mohammed Buhari, they are not in control. Somehow we see these things. We just want to spend more energy talking about Peter Obi, rather than talking, because we have actually been talking about all of these other issues: cost of living, insecurity, bad economy, problem with the educational infrastructure, health, everything. We've been talking, but everything we've been saying appear to have been falling on deaf ears. And increasingly, we've gotten used to the fact that we have a president who cares less about what Nigerians care about. There's a point I'm driving out with this broadcast. I'm reawakened to talk about this today because it reminded me, this time I'm going to talk, it reminded me of the reasons why we are very enthusiastic about this process. And I'm going to remind Nigerians that the subject matter I want to talk about right now is one subject matter that Nigerians must sleep with, Nigerians must live with, and Nigerians must resolve beyond reasonable doubt that people like Bola Ahmed Tinubu, people like Atiku Abubakar should never smell at Aso Rock because of this same thing I'm going to be talking about right now. That Nigerians should be resolved that until Peter Obi is delivered, there is no rest for anybody. We must take this case, take this our argument to the point where it will be inevitable for this nation, to deny us this process and this movement. Why am I saying this? Just recently, there was a bomb blast in Kano State. We've had one in Owo the other day where people just open fire, on church members and kill lots of people and all of that. After that, we've had series of attacks like that. And the federal government of Nigeria, as bad as things are, it's like business as usual. When I was listening to the news of what happened in Kano, which apparently nobody's talking about, because right now people just want the time to 2023 to come so that we can pass through this phase. What I began to reflect on was, I remember many years back, what we hear about Nigeria now, what is reported outside of Nigeria right now, was what was usually reported, about Afghanistan, Baghdad, what's it called, Iraq, in those days, sporadic bomb blasts, suicide, bomb blasts, killing of people and all that. That's exactly what's happening in our country right now. And I was listening to the President Muhammadu Buhari, when he was granting interview to Bloomberg today. Was it today or yesterday? So I was actually listening to the interview today, and I was enraged in my heart. The man was trying to, I don't know what he was trying to do, trying to make light the difficulty that we are passing through as a nation, scoring himself success, even in the face of palpable failure. But what enraged my heart the most was when President Muhammadu Buhari was making the case before the international community that the international, please share this broadcast, please help share this broadcast. Please just help share this broadcast. It's very important. The president was making the case before the international community that the international community should recognize Biafra, now IPOB, as a terrorist organization. I mean, a lot of questions flashed through my mind. Is it that this man is just so out of touch, or he's just, he just hates the Igbos that much? Because looking at the myriad of insecurity issues that we are having across this nation, from the central north to the west, to the what's it called, to the east, to the central Nigeria, to the western part of Nigeria, to the eastern part of Nigeria, to the south. When I look at the chain of security challenges that we are having, particularly the deadly ones, mostly attributed to his own kinsmen, Fulani herdsmen, and terrorists Boko Haram and ISWAP and all those people that came with his own administration into this country. This man would not talk about them in the same breath he would talk about an association like IPOB. I was further enraged because beyond IPOB, this nation is suffering from so much. And I mean, when I look at the chain of issues, IPOB is not reported to be responsible for more than 99.9% of these issues. So the rationale behind, so is either one of two things. Either this man is just sincerely out of touch with the reality, or he's just sitting there hating on these people, the Igbos, for only God knows why. Now it's a matter of concern for me, because I'm not going to lose my track, lose the sight of the fact that our chase, our collective ambition right now, our collective pursuit, our collective campaign for Peter Obi is on track. I'm not going to lose sight of that. You understand? But I'm establishing this, because when I put all of this together, I sit down, I reflect on them, I am more resolved and vindicated to keep on pushing Nigerians to reject holistically anything that is called Bola Ahmed Tinubu for in 2023 a presidential election. Because Bola Ahmed Tinubu gave Nigerians this liability we have right now as a president. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, with his own clout or cohort, cooked this man and presented this man to Nigerians. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is as guilty as Buhari in everything we are talking about. And therefore, I was looking at one report earlier today, and that report was stating that between January and now, more than 3,000 Nigerians have died needlessly under this administration. These are the ones on record. The ones that are not recorded definitely may probably will be more than that, because nobody is taking records of farmers missing in their farms, people being slaughtered on their way to the market. Nobody's taking record of so many other things that, if, as a matter of fact, a government policy, that we had not too long ago, with a clamp down to say, man, this thing should not even be reported anymore, and all of that. Now, how can we have, employ somebody as president with a primary mandate to protect lives and property, chasing shadows, telling international communities they call IPOB a terrorist organization? Even though I'm very sure that the international community is not going to listen to him, they already know it's a failure. His administration has failed woefully. But it beats my imagination that a president would sit down and make such a case. And yet, this president will deflect questions bordering on insecurity and try to even take credit to say that he is doing well, score himself. I'm establishing this, I'm talking about it because very firmly, Nigerians must, if for no reason, but because of Buhari, reject Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Apart from the fact that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is coming with his own baggage of corruption, his own baggage of tout, his own baggage of name it. This is a man, he's been famously addressed as a national leader of APC. This man has had no single criticism for this government. None. Perhaps I probably should just take us through some lanes of reminder. It's worth it if we go through some of these, to remind ourselves. They are just too much. Talking about cost of living right now. When they came, they met, somebody just brought out this report, and I thought it's quite nerve-wracking, to go through it. I did go through it, and I see that this administration right now, what they met, sales of products and all, price of products and all of that, as for today, what they met, some of the things have, increased by more than 400%. In some cases, 300%, 500%. And yet, revenue has not increased in the pockets of the people. So the hardship in the country, occasioned and orchestrated by the administration of Muhammadu Buhari, is one that should remind us to tell us that everything that has to do with Buhari and everything related, including Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they should go with Buhari in 2023. We don't want to have any national leader in 2023 and beyond. This is why we are making the case for a Nigeria that can reinstill a new sense of hope in the people. A Nigeria that can be championed by somebody like Peter Obi. Now, why we chase this, I came across this report because there's a parable in Benin, in Edo State. The Benin say, "Aradolonyaku ikuyero." If you lay your carpet on a dirty floor, it does not mean that the dirt is still not there. At some point, if care is not taken, some of those dirt, the sharp ones, may start punching the carpet, to surface again. So it's always better to clear the dirt off the floor before you lay your carpet on the floor. Now, we cannot heal as a nation if we do not address, the subject of our anger that will give room to further healing. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because I came across this footage, and I told myself this is probably the way to go. Take a listen. I'm going to approach this man from a whole different dimension, but we are still talking of the obedient movement. But take a listen to this.
A federal high court sitting in Abuja has adjourned till the 20th of October 2022 hearing on the suit filed by the coalition of northern groups, CNG, seeking a referendum to determine the fate of Biafra and other self-determination agitations. Justice Inyang Ekwo, who presided over the matter, granted all motions to allow interested parties to be joined in the suit to enable the country to conduct a referendum. The report.
The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has granted all joined the application filed by the Igbo nation to join in the suit seeking a referendum for the independent state of Biafra.
You can see the courts in its magnanimity granted all the motion for joinder, and we are now properly joined. The Igbo nation is now properly joined in this matter. My prayers is that there should be they should allow this the citizens of this country, the nationality of this country, to conduct a referendum to determine whether they will continue to remain in this country as one entity, or whether they will go their separate ways.
Certainly, we ought not to oppose the application because all the parties that are seeking to be joined are almost saying the same thing our client are asking for. What the plaintiff are asking for in the first place is an opportunity for all Nigerians to be given the chance to decide whether they want to stay in Nigeria or not. It's their right. People should be given this opportunity to decide for themselves whether they still want to remain in the Federal Republic of Nigeria or not.
Counsel representing the Ijaw Nation, Temidie Peter Great, who also addressed journalists, noted that it would be joining the suit as defendants.
Upon getting wind of these suits pending in this honorable courts, we, the Ijaw Nation, represented by the Ijaw National Congress, filed an application to join as co-defendants in the suit. Because the Ijaw Nation is not and has never been and can never be part of the Biafran Republic. If there is any republic we should have or are entitled to is the Ijaw Republic and not Biafra Republic. So we need to be joined to assert our territories that have been forcefully incorporated into the Biafran map. Yes, our interests are similar, but we are saying that we are independent of Biafra.
The coalition of northern groups who filed the original suit called on the National Assembly to, as a matter of urgency, conduct a referendum to determine the geographical entity which makes up Nigeria. The case was, however, adjourned till the 20th of October 2022.
To join as co-defendants in the suit. Because the Ijaw Nation is not and has never been and can never be part of the Biafran Republic. If there is any republic we should have or are entitled to is the Ijaw Republic and not Biafran Republic. So we need to be joined to assert our territories that have been forcefully incorporated into the Biafran map. Yes, our interests are similar, but we are saying that we are independent of Biafra.
The coalition of northern groups who
Apologies. I was muted for a while. So when I saw this footage, I told myself, I said, yes, this is actually the way to go. Looking for a legal way, a way that is backed by law, for us as a nation to have this discourse. But we cannot run away from it. It's a discourse that we need to have. And I'm glad that this coalition of Northern whatever group that took this matter to court, I'm glad at their initiative. Because somehow, we are just forging ahead as a people. And we can see evidently that there is so much, difference between us. For some of us who are together right now under one country, and all of that, the relationship historically is not even there. And so if a nation like this must exist, there's the real truth, the real need for us to be talking of a referendum. I'm talking about this right now because while they were mentioning and the court has allowed other interested parties to join the suit, I have not heard, that the United Kingdom of Great Benin are already ready to take advantage of this as well. Because I'm probably speaking right now that everybody is joining in this suit right now. And I think that the United Kingdom of Great Benin should make their own case as well as far as this matter is concerned. Because as a nation, we must periodically, have this discourse. And Nigeria is overdue for a referendum. Whether we need to be together as a nation or we need to make certain adjustments and all of these things need to be on the table. Every interest need to put their interest on the table so that we can harmonize. If the majority of people now vote to say, there is a need for us to still be together, I will favor that we continue to have a united Nigeria. But a united Nigeria that is built on mutual respect, equality, progress, peace, and just name it. But not a Nigeria right now that injustice is what is prevalent everywhere. So we cannot run away from this discourse. This is a matter. The approach to it, maybe there may be some approach to it that I may not favor, but that people have taken the initiative to take this to court, and I think that this can even get up to Supreme Court. And I pray the majesty of the court, would grant this prayer, as it were. I pray the majesty of the court, to grant this prayer so that, this a referendum doesn't mean a division. It means that, we recognize that everybody has some interest to put on the table, some interest to protect. And there is the need for us to recognize these interests. There is the need for us, to acknowledge this interest. And of course, we cannot force anybody or any group of people to stay in this arrangement. Now, it is not only happening, this is happening everywhere. As we speak, within the last 15 years or so, or thereabouts, Scotland had a referendum to see whether they want to still remain in the UK. As we speak, Scotland is still pushing for another referendum right now as we speak. The European Union clause affords nations to have a referendum if they want to stay with the United Nations, European Union or not. And the UK exploited that particular clause, had a referendum, and the referendum asked the British people to leave the UK in a globally, known Brexit arrangement. And today, the UK is a partner with Europe because the people in the referendum agreed to leave. And that clause is provided there. So looking at Nigeria, a country that is a nation of many nations. So I'm happy that this actually, So while all of these are things, and again, as a people, we must understand that whether in our lifetime or in time to come, these things are going to happen in this Nigeria. No matter how much denial we are going to live in. Because as the world is getting smarter, more intelligent people are coming up and every other thing, the debate will be on. Whether we do it now or we do it 10 years time, 20 years time, it is going to happen at some point. You understand what I'm saying? Now, because, as a people, okay, Nigeria is made up of different nations. And some of these nations feel they are not being included in the affairs of the nation, as it were. And so, all that needs to be sorted until the nation is able to mature to that point where, it's not a question of your population, so provided you are part of this entity, there must be equal respect, there must be, your rights, to the fundamental, human rights guaranteed by the state. There must be so many of these things that you should benefit from being part of an enclave like this. Otherwise, when the pressure is much and people consider that much of what is happening is purely one-sided and all of that, then the agitation will continue to be on. There is no doubt about it. You understand? So, but the only thing we assure our people is that we must follow it, using the legal processes. It can never be by force. We can never achieve it by force. I favor a referendum. I favor restructuring of this country. I favor all of these things because they will, put all interest on the table and, of course, make provision for all interest so that everybody can be happy. But I can assure you, if we are able to achieve that goal, to have a united Nigeria that guarantees stability, guarantees peace, guarantees justice, equity for everybody, believe me, there is no nation under the face of the sun that is greater than this country. Potentially, Nigeria is the greatest country in the world. Unfortunately, Nigeria right now is mentioned for all the wrong reasons because we have had some group of people, charlatans in the name of leaders and politicians that have led this country astray. Okay? And so this is why, in the immediate, what we can immediately achieve for ourselves is to elect a leader, who will govern, putting the concerns of everybody and the interests of all parties on the table. Who will govern to guarantee, that level of economic security for everybody. And that is, Peter Obi. And I'm not going to talk about Peter Obi. Recently, Peter Obi made a case and, humbly, told the world that he has only 2 pairs of shoes, and even named the price of those shoes and all of that. I will tell you why I'm bringing this up, because it's very important as part of this whole, argument we are making, this whole case we are making for Peter Obi. But let's take a listen to Peter Obi.
Peter Obi wears only black shoe, and I have 2 pairs of it anytime, and I travel with it. The purpose of shoe is to protect the leg from being hot. Nothing else. So that people are wearing one. They go and buy $200 one, $300. It's a waste of time. I buy this from Marks and Spencer. $49.99. Finish. It's a shoe. Nothing else. I've said it openly to everybody. This is the only watch I have. I won it for 17 years. Purpose of watch is to keep time. Why would I keep a watch at home? Whose time is he keeping? The only place I have a house officially built is in Onitsha. If you see any house anywhere in Lagos, Abuja, anywhere belonging to Peter Obi, confiscate it.
You know, it's I don't know if we have ever had any leader at this level, you know, this national level, that will tell you, you know, this is what happened. Go and find out, go and verify. I have only one house. If you find any house anywhere else belonging to Peter Obi, confiscate it confidently and all of that. And I'm still waiting for people to come out and debunk these things with proof and with evidence. You know, while I was waiting, I saw a footage of a young girl, a lady, maybe, who listened to this broadcast and went to look for this particular shoe to ascertain the price, if Peter B is lying or not. You know, I mean, this lady went to that extra mile. It's made a huge impression. Her findings made a huge impression on me. Let's take a listen.
My name is Sarati Ishaya Odu, and Mr. Peter Obi said to us, go verify. So there is this video where he tells us that he has 2 pairs of shoes, and he says you don't need any more 2 pairs of black shoes. He said he bought them from Marks and Sparks, and they were £59. So basically the shoes had... so the person doing the video took a photo of the shoes, and in the middle of the shoe, at the sort of back, the sole, there was a red strip. So I wanted to check whether Marks and Sparks did these shoes or whether that was a Prada, although the Prada red logo is longer, but nonetheless I wanted to check, and I'm extremely happy to say that I have found the shoes. You can go verify, and yeah, he's absolutely right. These shoes are between £35 and £59, and yeah, I have verified. These shoes are between absolutely right. These shoes are these.
If you, I just want you to check and see this shoe. Look at it right now. I'm going to upload the other video, you know, of Peter B and all of that. You know, then just take note of what you are seeing right now.
Shoes are between £35 and £59, and yeah, I have verified, because Peter Obi, really, those shoes were not Prada. They are from Marks and Sparks. I'm here in Marks and Sparks, Kensington, London. I've just checked it.
How many leaders have we had that will make a statement and say, go and verify confidently? The man said, you know, these are the shoes I wear. I will have 2 pairs of feet and I travel with them. They are not very expensive. They are £49.99, about £50. And this young girl, independent girl, went all the way in London to go and look for the shoe in that same shop. She found the shoe, okay? And she verified that Peter Obi was actually telling the truth. Let's listen to Peter Obi again. This is...
Peter Obi wears only black shoe, and I have 2 pairs of it anytime, and I travel with it. The purpose of shoe is to protect the leg from being hot. Nothing else. So that people are wearing one, they go and buy $200 one, $300. It's a waste of time. I buy this from Marks and Spencer. $49.99. Finish. It's a shoe. Nothing else. I've said it openly to everybody. This is the only watch I have. I worn it for 17 years. Purpose of watch is to keep time. Why would I keep a watch at home? Whose time is he keeping?
Now you take note of the shoe right now. You look at this under the shoe right now. It's exactly the same shoe that lady showed to us. I want us to see, you know, the sole of this shoe, so we can make comparison with what the other lady, you know, showed to us and all that. The same shoe. Now, the reason why this is important, as small as these details may be, the reason why they remain important is because you want to be able to vouch for your leader. You want to be able to know who your leader truly is. And when Peter Obi talks about himself, his own philosophy of life and every other thing, this man is a multi-billionaire. Okay? And all of that. If Obi is elected president with this aura he's got, he's going to, recreate the aura around us Nigerians. We are going to reevaluate what our values are as a people. I mean, there are people who they are not worth £100, but they want to give the impression that they are worth £1,000. And meanwhile, there are others who are worth £1,000. They don't even want to give the impression they are worth £2, which is more glorious. So at the end of the day, I see a Peter Obi who is going to redefine governance in Nigeria and redefine our own approach to things. We desperately need it now. Because right now we are a mirror of what our society is. Our society is a decadent society. Over time, the leaders that we have had are leaders who create a perception that will further flow down to the bottom. And that perception will start giving young people, the desperation to make money because they want to look like one leader out there who has chains of exotic cars in his compound. And those chains of exotic cars was bought with monies actually meant to build their roads. Money actually meant to provide, health infrastructure. Money actually meant to make sure education is stable. And yet, this leader will come with this exotic car, and everybody will be clustered around him. And that young lad who's looking at this leader will be admiring this leader, will be looking for ways and means to make money, even though he's 15 years old. So we go for ritual killings because they want to make money quickly. All that you see, all those vices you see, they are transmitted from the top to the bottom. The society is rigged and wired like that. The society has created so much gap that there is no middle class anywhere. It's either you are rich, belonging to that 1%, or you are poor, belonging to the other 99.something%. That is what the society is. And so therefore, nobody's even looking to be on the average class anymore. Everybody want to climb to be in that top class. That is the way society is rigged. And it is the responsibility of the leaders we've had over time. And that is why we are the way we are. So I tell you, with Peter Obi, we cannot make mistake with this man. The entire culture definitely will change. And that is why in my last broadcast, I did say that everybody who's part of this project is a hero. Every believer of this project is a hero. Because people are believing out of their own personal conviction. Nola, thank you very much for the stars, 200 stars you've sent. Please, for those who have sent us stars, thank you so very much. We appreciate it. It will all count for something, believe me. I assure you it's going to count for something. Thank you very much, Paul, for the stars. Please send us stars if you could. So, like I was saying, earlier today, a brother called me. The brother, knew me long ago. He called me today and, of course, introduced himself. Somebody I think I knew from Spain and all of that. And he was appealing to me to ring some guy in America who says, he's a social media influencer. He's been making a case for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And the more he talks about Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the more he loses his followers, loses support, gets loads of insults and all of that. So he gets confused that almost all of his followers are obedient people. And so he had made a call to his followers to advise him that he doesn't want to follow the narrow path by going to the ditch with Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So this man was calling me to advise this other fellow, social media influencer, so that he can be obedient. I told him, I said, I wasn't going to do that. I wasn't going to call anybody. I said, everybody that is obedient today is obedient because of their personal conviction. And that conviction is born out of the fact that we have insecurity that has led to the killings in our war, led to skirmishes of killings by security and by herdsmen in villages around the south, around the northeast, and every part of this country. These people are convinced because of the high cost of living. 7 years ago, a bag of rice was 7,000 naira to 8,000 naira. Today, a bag of rice is running between 30,000 naira and 35,000 naira. They are seeing it. This is evident. They are disenchanted with what has been, with what Buhari has brought on us. This is the cross of this movement. And so if that man in America who is calling Tinubu is not feeling the brunt of all of these things, then I will call him, because everybody must personally be convinced that this is the right thing for us to do right now. We must not, there is no, I don't want to call anybody right now. People are listening. We are showing evidence of why we must believe this man. Why we must believe this man. Thank you very much, Femi Obano. 600 stars. God bless you, sir. Femi, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate that, man. Thank you so very much. Why we must believe this man. So, before I started this broadcast now, somebody delayed me. Somebody called me from Italy. I was discussing with me, asking me if there is any, Labour Party movement in Italy. I said I'm not aware, but I will call the Labour, National Secretary to find out. I already have his contact. You understand what I'm saying now? That he's saying that if there is no, he has the capacity to mobilize Labour in Italy. And we are going to be seeing that across the world. For me, this man who called me earlier today is already a hero. So many heroes are born into this movement doing different things. And as I see them, I am happy and glad, because our effort cannot be in vain because of what these people are doing. In Benin City, tomorrow, by the grace of God, a group of comedians, kit makers and all of that, they have come together to ensure that, more people get registered in Edo State. And they are doing a concert to that effect, creating an environment that will be comfortable for everybody to come and have their PVC, those that have not had their PVCs. Look at what somebody had to say on their behalf. And I've encouraged them. I'm happy with them. Everybody should be happy with them. They are heroes in their own respect as far as this movement is concerned. Let's take a listen to this brother talking about this.
So yeah, like I was saying, for everyone whose intention is to get your PVC and have fun while at it, I have big news for you. The Edo PVC registration concert has put together by MC Edo Pikin and his gang. I'm talking Casino, Porcupine, Hype Man Kailemo, Voltage of Hype, Influencer Kaba, DJ Emoji, and a host of others. They have put together an Edo PVC registration concert on the 24th of June 2022. That's this Friday, right? From 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Come register your PVC in the most comfortable way ever. You're registering and there is music, there is food, drinks, and a whole lot of other things to go with it, right? This Friday at the King Square from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Edo PVC registration concert is on. It's absolutely free. Free food, free drinks, free laughs, free music. Everything is going to be at your beck and call while you register, with up to 22 INEC registration machines. How cool is that? So come through on Friday to the Edo PVC registration concert.
We're going to be having up to 22 INEC registration machines. Please, if you are in Edo State, let's take advantage of this. The story that INEC has extended the PVC registration, I'm not going to be able to talk about it right now because INEC has not actually officially come out. Even on their website, they still left it at June 30th as the last day. I know that the National Assembly has made a case for the extension of the process. The court has ruled that the process will be extended. I'm believing it will be extended, but we need to have an official statement from INEC. We have not gotten one. As soon as we do that, we are going to talk about it, and all of that. But for this happening in Edo State, like I've told people before, I said, we are going to win Edo State for Peter Gregory Obi. We are going to, it is a must do. It is either yes or yes. Okay? As a matter of fact, we are no longer looking at whether we are winning Edo State for Labour in the presidential race, we are not looking at by what margin. So people are like, okay, it should be up to 90%, it should be up to 80%, and all of that. But we should win Edo State massively for the incoming president, Peter Obi. Now, these are heroes. Okay, everybody putting in one thing or the other. Now, in my own Edo State, Esan land, this is what happened. In Esan language, I will interpret as best as I could, but still making the case for Peter Obi, heroes in Esan land. Take a listen.
So the downer, Nigeria told me, if Fulani, Akibia, PDP, winner, APC winner, by John Moyetema, PDP, I go to really. But on Afiana, Master again, Peter Obi, or let's say, my body go Metichanye.
That is a priest calling all the elders together to first of all establish, how much faith the entire, Esan Central, Edo Central, Esan land, placed in PDP previously under Obasanjo, how much faith they later placed on APC. And these two political parties have failed. He recounted the death, the hardship, and all the things that the villagers are going through. And he now ended up to say that everybody in the village, in the community, in the entire Esan land, Edo Central, must go and get their PVCs. And he went further, not just a case of saying, get your PVC and vote for your candidate of your choice, to say the candidate of choice of the Esan people of Edo State is Peter Obi. That is exactly what you saw, you have just seen this hero, do and talk about right now. He's taking this upon himself as a duty to be a light to his own community, to his own village. He is a hero to this movement. Are you a hero yourself? So, as this movement is going on, this movement is giving birth to several heroes. And so, the inevitability of Obi becoming the president of Nigeria is not in doubt. The nation has failed so much under President Buhari that a city senator had to lament. And don't take this lamentation lightly. I'm going to play the lamentation. He had to lament on the floor of the red chambers, calling on the federal government headed by Buhari to do something. I know they're not going to do anything, but we're not going to take this lightly because this senator must decamp and join the Obi movement. Let's take a listen.
We need not run away from the fact that more than ever before in the history of our nation, this is the worst instability we are facing. In fact, this is worse than the Civil War. Are you in PDP? Mr. President, the solution is very simple. Today, there are a lot of misgivings, a lot of misinterpretations of what is happening. Some people believe, some people in government are supporting this move. Some people believe, some people sponsor those who are destabilizing our nation within the country. The answer is very simple. We cannot pretend that we are capable our security system has collapsed. It has failed. And because it has failed, we need to look for foreign support. It costs Nigeria nothing. Forget the ego, forget the superiority of Nigeria. Nation, I feel like shedding tears for a country that we grew up, where nobody harass you when you travel from Lagos to Maiduguri. I done it in times past. Today, I cannot travel from here to Kaduna to Niger State where I was born. The president must know that this is a bad time for our nation. We must look for foreign support to save this nation. This is my position, Mr. President. We must rise to it. They are killing people in the east, in the west, in the south, in the north. We should shut down the National Assembly. Let's shut down. If we cannot save this country, we stay in our homes. Our country is bleeding. People are in poverty. There's no food. People are hungry. I submit, Mr. President.
The rain that falls on everybody. The sun that shines on everybody. I submit very clearly. Everybody in the National Assembly, they know the truth. Some of them just stay in their comfort zone because they are getting fat salaries, fat remunerations, and all of that. The truth is this: if you truly care about Nigeria and you want to subject to a new Nigeria to be headed by Peter Obi, Senator, House of Rep member, resign from PDP and move to Labour. We want to see you guys move en masse and join Labour and subject yourself to the rules of engagement. We are going to build the incoming president build a Labour Party that will be devoid of corruption, because his own body language will speak to that. That he will clog all ropes of corruption. So if you, as a senator, as a House of Rep member, you are willing and obedient to repent from your old corrupt ways, to fight for a new Nigeria, don't just make the noise right there. Join the train. Nigerians today that are joining the train, that are being obedient, that are moving from left, right, side corner, calling, knocking on doors for the whole world to support this movement. They have seen it. They are living it. They know what it is and what it has been. And they are organic. Nobody is influencing them. So if you are a Nigerian, truly a Nigerian, leave that your comfort zone. As a senator in APC or PDP, as a House of Rep member in APC or PDP, or even as of assembly members in different states, you must move now and join Labour. But with a repentant heart, subjecting yourself to the new rules of engagement, which is a new Nigeria that will be devoid of corruption. A new Nigeria that will listen to a new leader called Peter Obi, who frowns at corruption, who says he's allergic to money being spent wrongly. This is why we are making the case. While all this is happening right now, Nigerians are enduring. We are feeling the pains. They are still killing us. They are still doing all sorts of things. But we are enduring. We are just marching, counting the days, leading to the day of election. Because we are believing that the election day and the declaration of result is going to be a crossover day, a Passover day. We will see the promised land and we will enter the promised land. But if you are left behind, or your remains your case on your own, it's a movement we must all embrace because we are all feeling the heat. But you will see that senator as one who's comfortable, okay? Everybody is feeling the heat. And because everybody is feeling the heat, the process is giving birth to even bigger, larger, mammoth heroes. Like when I saw this happen in Abuja, I shook my head and I said, this is unstoppable. Peter the Rock must surely go to Aso Rock. Let's watch this. This happened in Abuja, I think.
Oh boy, see crowd, see crowd. For Abuja PVC. The youths don't come out, don't play, see cute. They even the inside self.
You send me that video. They pull my shoes.
Some people are still entering though, don't play. Oh boy, yeah. Later they'll call us online Twitter. Fuck that shit, man, nigga. People are still coming though. Look at massive. Massive. More people still coming. Abuja, old parade ground. You can see. Massive.
All of these guys taking their time out to kill. I mean, a woman called me from Edo State a couple of days back. she had been to 2 different centers. I hope she's watching this broadcast. I mean, I don't have her number stored, but she spoke with me. She had been to 2 different centers. She not even went to the INEC headquarters in Benin. And she saw a huge crowd there. Eventually, they said they were not doing PVC anymore and all of that. I begged her to go back the next day to go and try. I don't know. She didn't get back to me. I don't know if she succeeded. But I wonder if you are watching, I want to encourage you. This one that MC Casino and his gang, they're organizing, okay, please take advantage of it. Please pardon me. I'd like to play that again so that people can pick the address, the location. This one is happening in Benin. But if you are from Edo State and you have not had your PVC, please take advantage of this. Take advantage of this. Let me play it again.
So yeah, like I was saying, for everyone whose intention is to get your PVC and have fun while at it, I have big news for you. The Edo PVC registration concert has put together by MC Edo Pikin and his gang. I'm talking Casino, Porcupine, Hype Man Kailemo, Voltage of Hype, Influencer Kaba, DJ Emoji, and a host of others. They have put together an Edo PVC registration concert on the 24th of June 2022. That's this Friday, right? From 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Come register your PVC in the most comfortable way ever. You're registering and there is music, there is food, drinks, and a whole lot of other things to go with it, right? This Friday at the King Square from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Edo PVC registration concert.
So don't forget King Square. That's where it's going to be happening. I just want to hear it, from that announcer. King Square is where it's going to happen, around the Ring Road area. Please, this Friday, which is tomorrow, please just go have fun and in the process get your PVC. Over 20 machines will be available. Arrangement has been made for all of that to happen. In Edo State, go and do it because that's the only way we are going to, win Edo State for Peter Obi. I'm glad that what is happening in Delta State. I've been able to help to, push the movement to in Delta State. Movement is already huge, but there are a few debtors, that have reached out to me. And in fact, those guys are doing massively right now in Delta State. Earlier today, or was it yesterday? I think it was earlier today, Governor Kowa arrived at Delta State and he was greeted by some crowd. And some of my Benin, PDP, I won't call them stooges because these people, they are campaigning for Atiku because I know what their interest is. They were trying to make some noise with it and all of that. And when I looked at the crowd in the pictures they paraded, I was just smiling. I said, if it is Peter Obi that is arriving in Delta State, I am sure that there would have been stampede in that area. I will tell you, okay, from the way we are evaluating Delta State is going to be won by Peter Obi. Like, we are going to try to look at, what magic it will be. You understand? Delta State is going to be squarely for Peter Obi. So this is a story that is very dear to my heart. You understand what I'm saying now? For the urchins in Edo State that are still, talking articulated and all that, there are very few voices. And all of them, okay, they have a connection with the government of Edo State. Because the government of Edo State is a PDP man, where we will understand that we will not expect him. And so to be talking about any other apart from his own PDP, his own party. So these people talking right now, they are either serving in government as PAs or as commissioners or as this, as that. That's that circle. And believe me, the reason why I laugh is that if Governor Baseki of Edo State today declares for Labour, today, all of the people you see talking about Atiku right now, talking about Okowa right now, they will all change and become obedient just because the governor is obedient. You understand what I'm saying? And so these are people who are just political shoe shiners who just stand where they believe the governor is standing. Unfortunately, nobody really can tell where the governor is standing. And this is a true matter because right now everybody's observing very keenly. And I can tell you that there are people who profess articulated or bat publicly, but internally they are all obedient. And I will not say, I will not remove any of these governors. You understand what I'm saying? Now they see this movement, they see that it's organic. Their money is not inside it. Nobody's paying me to do what I'm doing right now. All of those guys you see just now trooping around in Abuja to get registered. Nobody's paying anybody any money because we have been paid by insecurity. We have been paid by the failure of economy. We have been paid by the nepotism of President Muhammadu Buhari. We have been paid by the failure of governance over the years. We have been paid by high cost of living. We have been paid. We have been paid over and over again by all of these maladies that have characterized our nation, Nigeria. We have been paid. So this organic movement is not waiting for anybody's 10,000 naira. That is why I said, somebody was, pardon me, in my last broadcast, I was trying to talk about Ekiti. I was mentioning Osun State. It was actually Ekiti I was trying to refer to. You understand? What happened in Ekiti? The charade, the political charade, the electionary charade that happened in Ekiti, where they were buying votes publicly and all of that. You understand what I'm saying now? It cannot happen in this movement. It cannot. Because, like we did in Edo State, and I'm mentioning it again, all of you who are planning on behalf of Bola Ahmed Tinubu or on behalf of Atiku to come and buy votes, come and spend 10,000 and ask people to come and vote for your candidate. If you are doing that on election day, in this election, there will be time for us to conscientize our people. Keep your head at home, because if your head is not at home, your head will not leave that police center where you are doing it. Because Nigerians who are voting, who want real change, they will police their police units. They will police their police centers. They will police their local government. So therefore, just campaign and build your own organic followership. Don't try to come and mess around. Otherwise, because all these people, all of us, we will go don't suffer finish like this on the day of election. Me go come stand. You go come. Carry money, they can't they give people when they go vote for your candidate. For Koro, Abba. Except you keep your head for house. You they do it spiritually, we know they see them. Say your head, they there, we they see you. Now then you go say, Ogogoro and water, now the same color, but a different work that they do. That is what is going to happen in this election. So let's not be afraid. People have already said, oh, what happened in Ekiti? Is it not going to happen in this? Forget it. And for those who are saying, thinking that, oh, the result don't go count, just forget it. This result, it go count, nothing go journal, nothing go come up for inside. No jara go enter around. It will be as we cast our votes. Nothing more, nothing less. If it is not going to be like that, Ekiti that I was talking about just now, why were they buying votes? At the end of the day, a state of how many million people? About 3 to 4 million people, less than 300,000. Now they decide who was elected governor, because the vote counted. So they brought out monies, 10,000, 5,000 to buy the people's conscience, because vote now counts. And the electoral law states very clearly, votes are now being transmitted directly to INEC server. So you don't get any money. Once you don't reach there, don't reach there. And as they reach there, the whole world sees it. There is no room for money. And from where they come up, from the polling unit, the agents are there to certify. Even if we don't vote finish, we will hang around. Once they don't call the result, all of us will record now. But I'm not worried. We will strategize for election day. For Nigeria, this election, it go can't die. Nothing will happen. Nothing. So be confident. No doubt. Go out there. If you don't have your PVC, go and do everything to get it. That's your sacrifice. And wait for election day. Before that day, all the strategies, we will deploy all of them. We will talk about them. We will deploy all of them. We will monitor the election across the nation as well. Peter Obi will be president of Nigeria come 2023. Meanwhile, we have some concerns. Oh, Nigerians have some concerns. And please, if you are there, share this broadcast. It's very important. INEC need to hear this. I'm calling out INEC. As much as we can say that, yes, we are happy with the way INEC has been running this program, we are very unhappy in some areas. We have had a series of reports from Lagos State. People in some centers are not being registered. Some of them, they ask them to go and bring what do they call it? Whether a LASRA card to show that they are residents of Lagos State and stuff like that. You know, Let me take this caller. I may not take call, but let me take this caller. Hello. Yeah, I'm on live broadcast.
I wanted to confirm one thing. I don't know if it's true because somebody told me when they have extended the date of PVC up to December.
I am hoping it is true, but we have not gotten a confirmation directly from INEC. But the National Assembly have talked about it. They've asked INEC to extend for about 60 days or so. The court equally, people have gone to court, and the court has granted an injunction asking INEC not to stop registration. So, but we need an official confirmation by INEC. We don't have that yet. I even visited their website earlier today. They have not updated that. Okay, so we wanted to find out about this. So on the part of INEC, the report that we are getting, that some people in Lagos, they are trying to ensure that people don't register for PVC. They are blocking people, choosing them by asking them for Lagos resident card or whatever. They want to be sure that they are Yorubas and all of that. Look, in as much as, like I said earlier, we give kudos to INEC for the job INEC is doing. INEC must be vigilant. There is no reason why any Nigerian willing, that's of age, willing to register, will not have access to registration. And the report that we are getting is only one machine, only two machines in some cases in some states. I don't understand. INEC, please sit up. Share this broadcast. It needs to get to INEC officials, INEC commissioners. They need to be aware. Lagos has been called out seriously. Some parts of Abuja too have been mentioned. And some other parts of Nigeria, even Edo State was mentioned yesterday, but I'm a bit hopeful now that we are having this concert tomorrow, that Edo State may have, some reprieve, as it were. So INEC should sit up, because we don't know that if there's a calculated attempt to try to disenfranchise some people, we don't know. Meanwhile, this one I cannot independently verify, but we have heard. We have heard that in some northern states, underage children are being registered and given PVCs. We don't know how true this is. We cannot independently verify it, but some pictures are floating around that some underage children in the northern part of Nigeria are being given PVCs. As a matter of fact, somebody told me that what they even do, they carry INEC officer. I mean, look, man, this is an allegation that we cannot independently verify. But they carry INEC officers, go into a family house and bring all the small children in the place inside one person's room, and they start registering them. If this is true, INEC, please, we are putting you on notice. We are putting you on notice, because this election in 2023, in fact, if Nigerian government and Nigerian leaders don't manage it well, it may spell doom. Because all these people you see, these obedient people you see, they are not smiling. Oh, what you saw with NSAS, it will just be, in fact, a tip of the iceberg. To be very honest, everything has to be plain. Pop and plain. So INEC, we are putting you on notice. We are putting INEC on notice. INEC need to check around all the countries. Children should not be registered. Anybody who is less than 18 years have no business having a PVC. So the story that we are hearing, I just put a picture, a picture out here now. This picture that you can see now, if this picture is true, these two children I'm seeing right now, these ones are not 18 years old. If this is true. So we cannot afford to jeopardize this process or mesmerize this process. Please help share this broadcast. INEC officials must see it. They must stumble on this broadcast. This is important. We are putting INEC on notice. We have our own concerns right now. Please, let machines be available across Nigeria. Please. Please. It is only in Nigeria people crowd like this to say they want to register. I have never seen that anywhere else in this world. People are crowding, days, unable to even register for PVC. And you say you want to close. If you close the exercise on the 30th of June, how about somebody's going to become 18 years on the 1st of June? Somebody's going to become 18 years on the 20th of June. And going forward, we have tens of thousands, if not millions of young people that will become 18 years from July. So what sense does it make? We are calling out INEC because some of us have seen if this thing is not managed properly, okay, this one, and I go talk am down, this one not be June 12, 1993. This is 2023. This not be June 12. So make anybody not even think, say, they go magumarize am any way, shape, or form. Nigerians are not smiling. They are not smiling. Let the will of the people count. And that is what we are pushing for. Because we want the will of the people to count, some of us are taking out the time, the pains to campaign like this, to talk to our people like this, to encourage them and sensitize them to do what they have to do. I have an aged woman who is not likely coming to the UK hopefully next month. You understand what I'm saying? And I've asked her, I said, you are coming to the UK. How about election? No, she wants to go back and vote. She wants to go back and vote. So when it's time for election, she will go back, she will go and cast her vote and come back. You understand what I'm saying? Now, even when her children say, no, once you don't travel, go UK. Why do you not just say no? Her vote make the difference. That's how resolved. This is a very elderly person when I talk about her. How resolved. So once as she they come the UK, so make people when our family make them buy a ticket when you go back, go vote. After election day, then she can come back again. But she wants her vote to count. That's how much people are resolved. So INEC, please help us. Let everybody we are seeing right now get registered. And Nigerians, I want to congratulate Peter Obi. I want to be the first to congratulate him, Mr. President, because everybody you see registering right now, 90% of them are registered because of Peter Obi. And so this we must take further. So Nigerian people, this matter, now so a bill. The show is ongoing. To put INEC more on the notice, I want to quickly advise our brothers in the north. Some of the reports coming out from the northern parts of Nigeria, it's not very palatable. Even in the west, where northern Muslims are disrupting areas where Christians are voting. It's not nice. I want INEC to take notes. I want the security authorities to take notes. Everybody, wherever they are in Nigeria, have a right to register. I saw this footage and I thought I'll talk about it as well.
Now, we've been registering and we're having a peaceful registration since morning until these Muslim men came in and they called that Harina, meaning Christians, are here gathering and doing PVC, that they should come and disrupt. So as you can see them, let's go down. We have to quickly leave so that we will not endanger our lives. See them. See him. Maybe it's my dog. Now. See them. Please let's move this thing so that we enter. Everybody doctor, move now. Lock up. So you can see them. The ones.
These are not good things. These are Nigerians. Nigerians anywhere should be able to register wherever, anywhere they are. The idea that some people are beginning to, use ethnicity to try to, disenfranchise others, to, create problems, disrupt. I think the Nigerian authorities need to look into this, holistically, very importantly, because this shouldn't be. It's not right. It's not acceptable, and all of that. So I don't understand why things like this should be happening, even now. You understand what I'm saying? That video just, it looks like it didn't play properly. I don't know.
Now, we've been registering and we're having a peaceful registration since morning until these Muslim men came in and they called that Harina, meaning Christians, are here gathering and doing PVC, that they should come and disrupt. So as you can see them, let's go now. We have to.
Anyhow, well, Nigerians, I think that video is not playing out well, but it was a case of somebody reporting they were carrying out the exercise, peacefully, as some people spoke Hausa, and some other human beings came and they tried to create some disruptions and all of that, and they had to quickly leave because of the prevailing thing happening in this country with what is it called, terrorism and all of that. So I understand all of that, but I think the authorities need to look at this. And what is happening, particularly in Lagos, is very disheartening. I don't understand why all that should be happening in Lagos. And as a matter of fact, I want to say this with all air of confidence. Whether anybody likes it or not, Peter Obi is going to win Lagos. Whether anybody likes it or not. Even the people you are going to ask to come and register, that these ones are the legitimate people to register, that you are thinking they are for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, believe me, they are all going to vote for Peter Gregory Obi. So all we got to do is just to step up and keep up pace with what we are doing right now. And that's it. So there's no, you don't get how anybody want to do one. There's no army that can stop this agenda and this idea that has come. And that's how it's going to be. And that's how it's going to be. There's nothing more. There's nothing more. So it's so unfortunate. But I'm going to play this last video. I'm very encouraged that this one is coming from a northerner. It's coming from a northerner and has a perspective to this Obi movement. Let's take a listen.
We're in the year of the new election. 2023 is the year people will vote, but the game and the calculation starts this year. I will more stand and defend and stand by some correction that some people are not trying to understand. The Yoruba have been doing VP and president. The Hausas from the south northwest have done twice. Late President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, a great man. General Muhammadu Buhari, a great man. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar have been VP from the northeast. Goodluck Jonathan has been president from the south. And today what we are telling people, what we are begging for, if you want us to use that language, we don't want to be rude. It's not time to be rude to anybody. We can be rude. We can fight anybody that wants to fight us. We are not gentlemen in this game. Some of us started this game earlier than some of them who are occupying this post. At the age of 18, I started this game. So East must produce the next president. I am not an Igbo man. I'm from the northern part. But what we are telling anybody that cares to know, that Igbo people must produce the next president. You cannot be calling somebody criminal. And dare you call people criminal that they are not. They call it Wazobia. Why are you trying to deny them their rights? Why are you trying to deny them their rights?
No comments. A word is enough for the wise. Nigerian people, greetings to you. My name is Comrade Lamte Oriak. It's been a Comrade show. Please share this broadcast. I'm glad that you guys joined us, and thanks for the support. For the guys that send us stars, thank you so very much. It's going to count for something. God bless you all. Please, let's keep pace with the process. The Benin man says, as a hunter, if what you are hunting is not dead, you cannot put it in the bag. This is what this case is about. So every day, we must keep pace with it. We must keep sharing. We must keep talking to people. We must keep obedient movement alive. Okay? Every day. Because if we leave it for one day, it can leave us for 2 days. Right now, I can tell you, everybody, the established politicians, they are overwhelmed. They didn't see this coming. PDP didn't know what they had until they lost him. Labour didn't know what they were getting until they admitted him. This nation right now is changing for the best. There's the hand of the Almighty in this process. And anybody that tries to tamper or try to, be murphy about this movement will be crushed. We have seen evidence of it already. Father Mbaka made an unguided statement, and all of that. He was crushed. Ekwere Mando, an Igbo man, was making an unguided statement. Today, where is he? He has been arrested in the UK for human parts trafficking and all those kind of things. I don't know how they speak the English. He is actually right now in the UK, accused of very dangerous crime. You think it's not bad joke? My brother, if you want the blessings of God, as far as this movement is concerned, because Nigerians have cried. They have cried. The blood of the children that have died, the mothers that have died, people that have been made orphans, that have cried. Abba, God don't sleep now. My people, the only movement that we can join as Nigerians is Peter Obi movement. Let's do it in such a way that it's already happening. Nobody can conveniently campaign for any other candidate anywhere in this country. As far as the social media space is concerned, I hear that they have already given some people some millions of naira to be talking about Tinubu and what's it called, Atiku Abubakar. We are waiting for them. We are waiting. We will drown them. And please, if you are obedient, be obedient to the end. As for me and my household, I will be obedient to the end. And I put up a post there today on the commercial wall, and I said, if being obedient is wrong, I don't want to be right. How about you? Bye for now, Nigerians.
Commercial wave. Comrade Lante Oriake. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Commercial.
Are you a business owner? Do you make your own products? This is your best opportunity ever. Register your brand now with the first and largest marketplace promoting Nigerian-made products. Get access to over 17 million shoppers and customers currently in need of your products. Download on Google Play Store now to register or visit ekioja.com. Focus on creating your passion. Leave the marketing to us.